Do you accept the evidence from Helen McNamara, about which you will be aware, and also from former cabinet secretaries, that Mr. Cummings himself contributed to such a toxic atmosphere that civil servants simply didn't want to work in the heart of government? You were told directly by Simon Case on the 2nd of July lots of top drawer people had refused to come to work because of the toxic reputation of your, I emphasize, your operation.
I didn't see any sign of that. I saw brilliantly talented people. When we advertised for a post, when we wanted to recruit for a position in my private office, we had, as far as I could see, no difficulty getting wonderful people to step forward.
Simon Case, who was then the Permanent Secretary Number 10, WhatsApped you yourself on the 2nd of July to say that lots of people, lots of top drawer people had refused to come because of the toxic reputation of your operation.
Well, I don't remember that.
What did you do?
I don't remember that. And my impression was that we had no difficulty recruiting the best possible people.
Hancock is unfit for this job. The incompetence, the constant lies, the obsession with media bullshit. Reference to testing. You must ask him where we'll get to 500,000 per day and where's your plan for testing. And if you can scroll back out.
But
just pause a second, Mr. Johnson. You cannot suggest that you are unaware of the opinion taken by your chief advisor over your Secretary of State for Health. You cannot suggest you are unaware of the concerns expressed by your cabinet secretary about the toxic reputation of your operation, because he WhatsApped you directly. You cannot suggest that there weren't grave concerns being expressed in Downing Street, that there were people who simply would not come and work for you because of the atmosphere you allowed to develop.
So, first of all, in politics, there's never a time when you're not, if you're Prime Minister, you are constantly being lobbied by somebody to sack somebody else. It's just what I'm afraid happens, and it's part of life. Everybody's constantly militating against some other individual for some reason of their right. It's just that I'm afraid that's the nature of it.
Could we have 303-245? Your first and then your second cabinet secretary communicate by WhatsApp, page 9. I've never seen a bunch of people less well equipped to run a country. That's not a matter of atmospherics or lobbying or part of the general day in, day out friction within government, is it?
Yes, I think it is. And I think that WhatsApp conversation is intended to be, though clearly it isn't, ephemeral. It tends to the pejorative and the hyperbolical. And I think that the worst vice, in my view, would have been to have had an operation where everybody was so deferential and so reluctant to make waves that they never expressed their opinion, they never challenged, and they never doubted. It was much more important to have a group of people who are willing to doubt themselves and to doubt each other. And I think that was creatively useful rather than the reverse.
Some of these senior advisors didn't just lack deference, to use your word, Mr. Johnson. They doubted you, and they doubted your ability and your competence.